The early morning rush of Lagos was in full swing, but one place seemed to defy the chaos: Mama Ekaite's restaurant. By 6 a.m., the line of eager customers stretched around the corner. From school children clutching their lunch money to corporate workers in neatly pressed suits, everyone wanted a taste of Mama Ekaite's legendary cooking. Mama Ekaite wasn't just any cook. Her food had a magic of its own, as if every bite whispered secrets of joy and comfort. Her daughter Ekaite was always by her side, helping to stir pots, arrange plates, and flash quick smiles at impatient customers. Together, they had built an empire that fed not just bellies but hearts. Every morning, as the sun rose over Lagos, a thick, tantalizing aroma filled the streets, drifting into every home and every heart. It wasn't just food, it was a promise, a lure that no one could resist. Other restaurant owners had tried everything to match her success. They copied her menus, even spied on her kitchen. But no matter how hard they tried, customers always came back to Mama Ekaite. One day, Mama Emeka, a struggling food vendor, decided to swallow her pride. She walked into Mama Ekaite's restaurant just before the rush began. Mama Ekaite, she began hesitantly, wringing her hands, "Please, teach me. Teach me how you make your food so special. I'm losing everything. My customers, they're all gone." Mama Ekaite was silent for a moment, studying the woman before her. Finally, she nodded. "All right," she said. "I will teach you. But remember, cooking is not just about ingredients. It's about heart." Mama Emeka listened closely as Mama Ekaite shared her recipes and techniques. She practiced tirelessly in her own kitchen, replicating every step. But when she served her food to her customers, they still didn't return. Instead, they followed the irresistible aroma back to Mama Ekaite's restaurant. This became a source of confusion and frustration for everyone, especially the other restaurant owners. What was Mama Ekaite's secret? How could her food make people fight to get a plate while others were ignored? Some people whispered that Mama Ekaite's success was unnatural. "It's not normal," they said. "She must be using something, juju, maybe." But others shrugged. "She's just a good cook," they replied. Good food speaks for itself. The mystery of Mama Ekaite's food became the talk of Lagos. People speculated, but no one could explain the magic. Even Mama Ekaite herself began to wonder, was her success purely skill, or was there something more to the aroma that drew people in like a magnet? The restaurant's fame grew, and with it, the curiosity. But behind the praise and applause, something darker was brewing. Among Mama Ekaite's staff was Amara, a quiet but observant young woman. Over time, she noticed strange things about the way Mama Ekaite operated. Every day, while the food was being prepared, Mama Ekaite would find a reason to send all the staff out of the kitchen. When they returned, the food was ready to be served. Amara also noticed that Mama Ekaite and her daughter never ate the food they served to customers. Amara's curiosity grew. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. She decided to uncover the secret behind the magic of Mama Ekaite's food. One day, she pretended to leave the kitchen but stayed hidden near the door. What she saw sent chills down her spine. Mama Ekaite pulled out a container wrapped in red cloth. From it, she poured the powder into a bowl, mixed it with water from a hidden gallon under the table, and stirred it into the pot of food. Amara's heart raced. What was this powder? And why was Mama Ekaite so secretive about it? The discovery haunted Amara. That night, she couldn't sleep. Her heart raced as the horrifying images replayed in her mind, the red cloth, the powder, and the water Mama Ekaite had poured into the food. The thought of what the customers were consuming churned her stomach. How could someone do this? And why? The following morning, Amara decided she couldn't stay silent. She needed proof, but it wouldn't be easy. She knew Mama Ekaite was sharp and could quickly sense when something was off. Amara had to act carefully. As usual, the kitchen was bustling with activity as the staff prepared for the day. Mama Ekaite, ever watchful, sent them out on errands one by one. When it was Amara's turn, She pretended to leave but stayed close to the kitchen door, her phone hidden in her pocket. This time, she was determined to record everything. Amara peeked through the crack in the door. Her hands trembled as she watched Mama Ekaite pull out the container wrapped in red cloth. The familiar routine began, the powder, the secret water, the mixing. Amara's heart pounded as she quietly turned on her phone's camera and recorded the entire scene. But then, something unexpected happened. Mama Ekaite paused, her head tilting as if she sensed she was being watched. Amara quickly ducked behind the door, holding her breath. She waited, her chest tightening, until she heard Mama Ekaite call the staff back into the kitchen. Amara slipped her phone into her apron pocket, her heart racing. That evening, Amara sat in her small room, staring at the video on her phone. She rewound it, watching the moment Mama Ekaite poured the water. Her stomach turned as she realized the truth. It was the same water Mama Ekaite had used to wash herself. Tears streamed down Amara's face. She felt disgusted and betrayed. How could Mama Ekaite, a woman she had respected and worked for, do something so vile? The thought of how many people had unknowingly consumed the food made her sick. Amara knew she couldn't keep this to herself. But exposing Mama Ekaite wouldn't be easy. The woman was loved by the entire city, and her food business was a household name. Without solid proof, Amara feared she would be dismissed as jealous or crazy. She knew she had to expose the truth, but it wouldn't be easy. Without evidence, no one would believe her. Amara spent the night planning her next move. The following morning, as Mama Ekaite arrived at the restaurant, Amara greeted her with a warm smile. While pretending to help her with her bag, she secretly swapped the powder with ordinary face powder and replaced the water with clean tap water. When the food was ready, customers eagerly dug in, as they always did. But this time, their reactions were different. The chaos erupted like a storm no one had seen coming. The usually cheerful and buzzing atmosphere of Mama Ekaite's restaurant turned into a hub of frustration and outrage. Customers, who had come with high expectations for their beloved meals, spat at the food in disgust. "What is this nonsense?" a man shouted, slamming his plate on the table. "It's like salt water." "Is this what we waited hours for?" a woman cried, holding her nose. The murmurs quickly grew into loud protest. Mama Ekaite, who had always stood confidently in her restaurant, looked bewildered. She rushed into the kitchen, yelling at her staff, "What happened to the food? Did you measure everything properly?" Amara stood silently, her heart pounding as she watched the scene unfold. She knew the moment had come. With a deep breath, she stepped forward, her voice cutting through the noise. "I'll tell you what happened." Everyone turned to look at her, including Mama Ekaite, whose eyes widened in shock. Amara pulled out her phone, holding it up like a shield. "This is what's been happening in this restaurant. This is the real secret behind her so-called delicious food." As she played the video, a horrified silence fell over the crowd. The footage showed Mama Ekaite performing her secret ritual, mixing the powder and the water she had used to wash herself into the food. Gasps and whispers rippled through the room as the customers pieced together what they had been eating all along. "How could you?" one customer shouted, his voice trembling with rage. "You made us eat this filth." "My children eat your food," another woman screamed. The fury of the crowd exploded. People began throwing chairs, overturning tables, and yelling insults at Mama Ekaite. Someone grabbed her arm, and others joined in, their anger boiling over into physical retaliation. Ekaite, Mama Ekaite's daughter, tried to intervene, but the mob turned on her too, blaming her for being part of the deceit. Amid the chaos, someone shouted, "Burn it down. Burn it all." Before long, the restaurant was in flames. Smoke billowed into the air as the fire consumed the building, erasing every trace of Mama Ekaite's once glorious empire. The sirens of approaching police cars wailed in the distance, scattering the furious crowd. The police arrived just in time to save Mama Ekaite and her daughter from further harm. They were arrested and taken away, their faces a mix of fear, shame, and disbelief. As the ashes of the restaurant smoldered, Amara stood at a distance, watching everything unfold. Her hands were trembling, but her heart felt lighter. She had done what she needed to do, even though it had cost her dearly. The city of Lagos buzzed with the news for weeks. Mama Ekaite's name, once associated with the most delicious food in town, became a cautionary tale of deceit and greed. And though the restaurant was gone, the memory of what had happened there would linger for years to come. For Amara, it wasn't just the end of Mama Ekaite's restaurant, it was the beginning of her journey to stand for truth, no matter the cost. The incident served as a reminder to the city that not everything that shines is gold, and trust is a fragile treasure that can be easily broken. Hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, please share your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing content. See you in the next video.